clash in the MOAC on our menu tonight here in Caledonia, where the 5-time defending league champs are looking to breathe a little bit of life back into their quest to repeat as the Shelby Whippets challenge conference leader River Valley at their place. Pre-game coverage and your opening tip-off all on the way. Next.
Hey, Joe. You're late. Ever since Joe joined our crew, everybody's really been paying attention to all the little details. The meeting doesn't start for 5 minutes. Not without a warm-up. You got to get better every day when you're in here. Now let's get after it. That's better. All right. Yes, Coach. Pick up the pace. Let's pick up the pace and keep working here. All right?
Having a Hall of Fame coach around really has helped our crew with time management.
24-second violation.
Joe, it always takes a minute.
Take a lap. Hey, Travis.
What's up, Ski?
Hey, there's something on the copier. You go grab that for me?
Sure. Yeah, I got
bud.
you. Man, guy can't do anything for himself. So lazy. Unbelievable.
What is that?
What? What's going on
That's a technical foul. You don't talk back to an official like that.
Wait, who's the rep? What's going?
Hey, I don't want any more lip. Get out of here and run some laps. Now go.
Okay.
Move it.
Jeez.
There's no letdown. Every day you got to get a little bit better. So let's get after it. All right? Let's have a break here. On 3, OH report.
What does do this? 1, 2, 3.
Ever since Joe's joined the team, our setup has gotten a lot faster. And I've been able to cancel my gym membership.
Dude, why are you checking the mic like that?
Joe's here today, and I'm not getting another 3-second call in the paint.
Huh?
Come on, Brian. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. That's better. Adam, that's good. That's really good, Adam. That's really good. No, don't lose the dribble. Berardi. What is that? Kind of a dribble is that? I mean, that's the slowest dribble I've ever seen. Come on. We got to work harder at this. We got to get after it, fellas. All right, you guys take a break. That's good. Keep working, Travis. You might make the JV team. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. OH report. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH report.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Drive inside the Mathews Auto Group pregame show as we welcome you back to Caledonia. Brian Skowronski and Mark Bollinger here with you on the call. We've got the current MOAC leader in River Valley, been playing some real good basketball here of late. But to be the champs, you got to beat the champs. A lot of juice behind this one with the 5-time defending Conference Kings here in the house.
Shelby still has the title, and they're holding on for dear life. Couple games behind River Valley, but this River Valley squad, as you said, has been playing great basketball. They have firm control right now of the MOAC. It's just a matter of finishing it out, and it starts tonight with a win over the defending champions,
who feel like they're playing some quality ball themselves. 3-game winning streak riding here into tonight. But this is a must-have if they're going to continue and go for a 6 consecutive. Really playing some quality basketball, though, when you look at the last 3 scores.
And the Whippets, you know, this is a group that you knew they were going to have some youth. They lost so much experience and so many seniors from that squad last year that made the run to the Final Four. This group has taken some time. They've had a transfer come in, just trying to blend together and find out their roles. They're starting to play their best basketball, which is a perfect time of the year to start playing your best ball.
Developing some decent depth, too, here over the last several weeks. It's been cool to see this team in action, but we all knew this was kind of going to be the commander of the ship all along. Brayden Devito, all Ohio football, just absolute freak athlete, and this year he's now the top scorer in the league. Really been coming on strong since the calendar flipped over to 2025.
Well, it's been fun to watch him change in his role. You know, we've seen him on the football field just directing that potent Shelby offense. But in basketball last year, he was in that role where he could kind of stay to the side, float, reposition himself, get some open looks, bury some threes. Didn't have to do a lot of the dirty work last year, you know, just kind of in that role. Played it very well, exactly what they needed. But then with, like I said, with the graduation, it's taken on a whole new life where he is again out there basically quarterbacking this team, and everything is falling on his shoulders.
Yeah, he is that dude this year, but he has definitely taken on the challenge with a head of steam. But River Valley, 6 straight wins for them, and really felt like they got the monkey off their back too. Hadn't beat Shelby since 2021. Not only did they beat them, they smacked them over in Whippet country, Mark, so probably got a lot of confidence coming into this one.
Well, that was a game that had been circled on the River Valley calendar. As you said, they haven't had the success they wanted against Shelby in the past. They knew going in there that they could make a statement, and when they got the opportunity to put the Shelby Whippets down, they put them down. Ended up 94-64, and there was no let up till the final buzzer. The Vikings were trying to send a message that night up in Shelby.
Yeah, I like that you said they put them down with a pack of Whippets. A little bit of euthanizing out there on the road for River Valley. If they're going to get it done here tonight, I feel like this guy, such a great complimentary piece, one of 4 that's averaging in double figures here for River Valley this season. Sawyer Weston brings a lot of leadership out there on the court and does a lot of great things for him, and especially from long range. He doesn't take a ton of threes, but when he does, at a very high value and clip.
Well, you look at the graphics and you see the offensive numbers, but where Sawyer makes the difference for this basketball club is on the defensive end. I told Rodney Brown last Saturday morning, we were talking about it, I said Sawyer is the most physical defender in the MOAC and probably in the Central District. He always guards the other team's best player. He's going to get up into him. He's going to be physical. He's just going to try to manhandle him and beat him up, and he does that so well and gets away with what I think are a lot of fouls, but he does a great job, and because of that, he is that dominant defender the Vikings need.
And we live in the most dominant country in the history of civilization, America. Let's honor him now with the playing of our national anthem. Shout out to the River Valley Pet Band, bringing you all of the sounds here for our Star Spangled Banner. And another thought for you here tonight is you talked about the fact that Sawyer's going to guard the best player. It's going to be a fun matchup, him and Brayden Devito going head-to-head.
It is. He is definitely going to draw the matchup with Devito, and as we said, look for Sawyer to pick him up full court every possession and just try to wear down Brayden as the night goes on and see if that causes him to get a little bit fatigued and make some bad decisions as the night goes on. But
we're going to take a look at here. Obviously, Sawyer's going to have to pick him up, defend him. We're going to go with the quarterback matchup from the gridiron, and these two guys, Chase Ebert and DeVito, you compare the numbers, and a lot of assists, of course, to average, and Chase Ebert, he's approaching an all-time mark here, potential to even get it tonight with a big game.
He is. He's 11 assists away from breaking the school record at River Valley for career assists. But the thing about Chase is, again, he is the engine that drives this team. He makes so many plays that don't necessarily show up in the scoreboard, but end up in wins. Tuesday night, they're playing Buckeye Valley. It's a close game into the first half. Vikings were ahead by 1. Ball's going out of bounds. Chase comes out of nowhere, jumps in the air, grabs the ball, hangs, sees Carter Myers wide open, throws a bullet to him in midair. Myers catches, bangs a 3 at the buzzer. Game was over. Momentum completely shifted. Those are the kind of plays that Chase makes that are winning plays that drives this ball club.
Speaking of winning, let's dive into our keys to victory presented by our friends over at the family of Mathews Auto Group. There is Mr. DeVito in the starting lineup here tonight. As they are mentioned, we'll show you how we think Shelby gets it done here on the road in enemy territory. Paint points might be the only area where I feel like they've got a definitive advantage. Certainly, I think with Holman and the boys inside, they've got some big dudes. I think if they can clog up the lane, make it a little bit dirty at times, Mark, and just win with maybe some second chance points, they've got a big shot tonight.
Well, and for myself, I'm going to go with the run stoppers. One thing you have to do if you're going to beat River Valley is eliminate their big runs. They have what coaches call spurtability, where they can go for a period of time and not score, and then they're going to reel off about 7 or 8 in a row in a short amount of time. If you're Shelby or any River Valley opponent, after River Valley makes a 3, your next possession has to be one that's going to be a long possession, make River Valley guard, shorten the game. If you come down and shoot a quick shot or turn it over, or even if it's a make, they're coming right back at you. You've got to stop the River Valley runs, or you don't have a prayer of beating this Viking ball club.
Viking starters getting announced here.
Well, you mentioned Carson Homan. He's in street clothes tonight.
Oh, he's not even available. I didn't even notice that in the pregame.
Yeah, I just noticed that. So starting for the Whippets, they're going to start DeVito, Shepard, who's a sophomore, who they'd moved up from JV, Landon Foltz, junior transfer from Ontario, Brubaker senior, and then sophomore Braxton Dawson. So young group out here on the court tonight for the Whippets as well.
And for River Valley to knock them off, we kind of got the same message going on here. I feel like just no extended lulls. Only time I've seen them get beat this year, a game against Pleasant where they just had one too many of those. You just got to keep that pedal to the metal, right?
Yeah, pedal to the metal. They're playing such good basketball. I mean, the Vikings have just been elite of late. Just keep that focus. Just because you beat Harding and you're in control of the MOAC race, don't let it slip away now.
They'll start with the basketball, and yeah, what a big difference that could make, of course, with Carson Holman, the leading rebounder in the league in terms of rebounds per game over on the sideline tonight for Shelby.
River Valley's going to space the floor, look to get you isolated and attack one-on-one with the dribble drive and then the pitch out.
Nice friendly hop there for Weston to get the scoring started here.
And you see that a lot early for River Valley. You have Weston getting to the paint. Ebert takes some early shots. Those seniors kind of get them going, and then once that happens, watch out for Carter Myers and Carson Smith. Vikings are typically going to switch all the screens, whether it's a ball screen, pin down, whatever it may be.
Chase Shepard off the three-point line. Throws up an air ball. It's loose inside in between the legs of Dawson. In transition, here's Smith to pull up.
Well, he's a kid that can just get it going at any time. The other night he had 6 points in the first half, and then he reeled off about 12 points in a minute and a half to really open up that game against Buckeye Valley.
Shot blocked inside, leads to a jump. It'll stay down here at this end. But this is just an excellent job of waiting till the right time, and then boom, from the backside.
I don't think River Valley's really concerned about the perimeter shooting of the Whippets. I think you're going to see a lot of that, where if the ball gets paint touches, they're really going to collapse and kind of leave some shooters open other than DeVito. Make some of these other guys make some shots.
Here is Brayden, a little sliver, now picks back up. Three goes here for the smooth lefty, Anderson Brubaker, the first points for Shelby.
Oh, big shot there for Brubaker. And again, something you haven't seen River Valley face a lot of. Little half-court trap. Now Shelby switches out of it. Back to the man-to-man.
Ebert from the corner, can't match. Pokes away from Austin inside. He'll stay here.
Well, Chase had kind of been struggling shooting the basketball, and then they went to Harding, and he came out and banged 2 deep threes early as the Vikings got out to a 9-0 lead. His confidence kind of soared again, but he's a kid that he doesn't generally lack confidence, so he's going to keep shooting it if he gets the opportunity.
Sawyer off the drive, takes a little bump, and basically deja vu from the first basket he had.
Well, and Sawyer just has too much strength. He's going to be able to get the ball on the floor, get to the paint. When he lands on 2 and just goes up through you, it's tough to stop.
Sharp spin, short corner going right at him. Braxton Dawson.
Good job by the sophomore. Did a real nice job of penetrating, squaring up that shoulder, creating the space.
Whippets trying to get a trap at half court. Leads to an open look on the way, and all of the points so far for RV belong to that young man right there. Second block already for Owen. And here comes the stampede. Extra pass to the corner. Can he do it again? Oh, you don't want to leave this kid open. Here's Smith from outside, as expected, through the bottom.
Oh, exactly what we talked about. You've got to watch the runs. Just like that, River Valley, quick explosion of points.
36th make from long range. Bet it back, though, at the other end. Actually, they're going to say, what, long 2?
I'm going to say it's a 2. And I do like the concept of what Shelby's trying to do here. If you can get the ball out of Chase Ebert's hands, that's a good thing for your defensive presence. But just too easy right now.
Scoring in spurts right now. The Vikings 12 points, not even at the midway point here of quarter number 1.
Yeah, if you're Shelby, even if you like to play up tempo, you do not want to play River Valley in a track meet. If it's in the 70s or 80s or more, you're not going to win.
Tough shot contested by Carter Myers. Got some great length and really all around the perimeter. The Vikings showcase that. Here's Owen inside, little step through.
Travel,
and a travel, yeah.
Yeah, and Owen's another one. He's really come on the last few weeks, played a really nice game at Harding. Gives them a big body inside. They did a good job against Harding of recognizing that Owen was playing well, and they got him some paint touches, got him the ball on the block, and he did a good job of finishing.
Foltz on the pitch out. Forcing Brubaker to drive, already hit from that same spot earlier. Now here's Landon. Shepard with the blow by, and the friendly roll on the road.
And I think Shepard has the potential to be a really good player for this Whippet ball club. Didn't get a lot of time early in the season, but now got to start tonight.
Traveling on the floor, Ebert kind of rolling around down there, and that's the 2 quarterbacks we were talking about, head-to-head. Just going to be cool to see these 2 premier athletes in the area showcasing themselves in a must-win game. Certainly for Shelby, but if you're the Vikings, kind of feel that way too about clinching the league.
Yes, and you know, I know around the River Valley area, the one thing you don't want to do is, you want to win the league, but you don't want to share it. You know, Shelby, of course, has been the king the last 5 years. Marion Harding's a game behind you. You don't want to share it with a rival, and these teams, have definitely had a rivalry, as have River Valley and Harding.
Especially after beating the Presidents twice already this season, a couple big wins there. And an offensive foul. We're headed the other way. Devito lowered the shoulder just a bit and really selling that one.
Well, those are the winning plays we talked about with Chase Ebert. He understands how to sell the charge. Not a lot of contact, but he sold it, created the turnover. Big play there on the defensive end by Chase Ebert. Devito kind of gives him the look like, all right, I'll give you that one.
Game on, baby.
Yep.
Guarding each other at both ends here. A true point guard matchup. Sawyer, baseline drive, hangs and puts in 2 more. This kid is filling it up. 9 already of the 14.
Yeah, great start for Sawyer. And they've been pretty easy. The open shot and then just dribble drive gets within 2 or 3 and gets it to go, but again, you do not want to get into a three-point shooting contest with River Valley.
Late whistle comes in, free throws on the way. And Ebert and Devito, again, sharing some gestures out there on the floor.
Well, you have two guys that are ultra competitive, and that's DeVito's second foul. That just exemplifies how one little play can make such a difference in the game. That charge call, all of a sudden now you get a second foul, and DeVito's going to have to go to the bench.
DeVito, the leading scorer in the league, likely sidelined for the next 8 minutes of game time. Well, we'll see when Coach Galloway elects to go back.
Well, yeah, I think Coach Galloway is going to have to watch how this game goes. After losing by 30 at home, you can't let it get away from you. So, if this lead gets up close to 10, you've got to come right back with him, regardless of the foul situation.
First point of the night for Chase Ebert. See if Fultz can get something going. When DeVito goes over to the sideline, usually his engine starts to rev up a bit.
Well, one thing that I've watched a lot of these River Valley games, and you've seen teams starting to do is they've started to isolate and try to attack Carter Myers, the young sophomore, excellent athlete, but like most players, offensive game a little bit ahead of the defensive game, and they've really tried to attack Osting and Myers on the defensive end. We'll see if they continue to do that here tonight.
Catch and release, and it funnels its way through. Nick Eister with some bench points here.
Well, good job by Eister. Comes off the bench, gives them some instant offense.
Strong take, maneuvering down the lane quickly was Myers.
Well, and that's the athleticism and skill we talked about with the sophomore. Huge upside. The kid is going to be an amazing player. He's already really, really good, but if he keeps working, sky is the limit for that guy.
Collects a rebound here off the tip in transition. Sawyer feeling it.
Feeling it is an understatement. 12 for Weston.
Couple already above his season average. Shelby down 8, big gut punch here. Points would certainly kind of tamper down this momentum that's flowing right now with the Vikings.
Right now the Vikings have their best defensive squad in there with Eli Snyder on the floor. And they force the turnover. Eli, another really skilled, athletic young man coming off the bench now for River Valley. Had an outstanding football season, and again, another guy that next year people are going to know who that kid is, because he is going to do some damage in his senior season.
Averages 6 points per game off the bench, shooting about 50% when he gets in the lane. Another aggressive drive, this time Weston comes up empty-handed.
And I think the first time these two teams matched up, I think Snyder had 24 points that night.
Great take in transition, and just so lanky when he gets into the painted area.
Well, you start to see the crowd rising up. They thought we were going to get a throwdown there. Carter's had a few monstrous dunks this season, and the lead is quickly up to 10.
Under 50 seconds to go here, opening quarter. Brubaker has it poked away. Go back to that last finish. Replays courtesy of Krista Smith in the agency. Vikings really do an excellent job of filling their lane on the fast break, and case in point right there.
Yeah, when they get a defensive rebound or a steal, it's like blood in the water. They are sprinting the floor because they know that somebody's going to get rewarded on the other end.
Luke Axline also in for the Vikings here. Shepard indecision again, and second travel in as many possessions.
Just a little bit of frustration.
Already 22 points by RV put up on our Murphy Industries scoreboard. And with 32 seconds, potential to try to hold for the last.
You know me, we've done enough of these games where I'm sitting there saying, hold the ball, double up, because you have the possession arrow, so get the last one and then the first possession of the second half.
Rarely happens.
It rarely happens. Drives me crazy, but when you can take the layup, you take the layup.
Strong take again by Ebert. He's shooting 60% from two-point range this season.
Well, most of them are just that, where he drives it and scores. He's going to bury this if he gets the opportunity.
Double clutch, actually a lot closer than we all anticipated. Excellent job by the Vikings. Got Shelby in a 12-point hole as we head to quarter 2.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, you know we come to slay. Let 'em
Heck of a start here for River Valley on their home surface, looking to take a stranglehold on the MOAC mark, and it looks like they're coming out and they're kind of rising to that occasion so far.
Well, in the pregame, we talked about what the Vikings had to do. They have the MOAC title in their sights. 2 big wins against Harding, a big win on the road at Shelby. They just have to take care of business and win games that they should win. Everybody remaining on their schedule, they beat by over 20 points as far as the MOAC team. So it's just a matter of getting it done.
Relocation spins out for Smith halfway home, and Devito does not stay sidelined for very long. Here he is with the 2 fouls.
Yeah, you just have to play him and take your chances. If not, it won't matter if you're down by 20.
Double team, still puts it up short corner, but Shepard there, offensive putback, count it.
Well, kind of a delayed call there. Didn't think they were going to blow the whistle on that, but Shepard on the backside just doing some dirty work there. Able to use his strength, get through that and get the bucket.
Foul goes against Ebert, his first. And the sophomore comes away with the old-fashioned 3-point play.
And now again we see some zone. Irvi saw a little bit of this the other night. Extended 2-3. You better find Carson Smith and Carter Myers. Those are 2 guys that can really hurt you from deep.
Sawyer, runner, short. Tipped right back to him. Now here's Ebert, right side, and 2 more for him.
Well, he has the ability to get to the basket. And again, another young man's just so strong. If he gets in there close, he's probably going to go through contact and finish.
Oh my goodness. That might just make the top cuts of the week. Filthy, nasty stuff here from Myers on the defensive end.
Well, he got beat off the bounce and then he recovered and put that into the bleachers. Again, just the athleticism from the sophomore. Shelby with the flex cut, not getting anything. River Valley just switching that down screen, taking away that pin down shot.
Whippets showing some nice patience here. As ball off the shin, out of bounds for Smith.
But there you kind of saw it. Patient with the basketball, and they waited until they got with some of the switches and stuff. That's what you can do. If you can lengthen the possession, you can get that switch and get a quick guarded by like Owen Osting, where you have some quickness advantage for Shelby.
Devito lets it rain. Good sign if you're a Shelby fan. Back down to 8 and his first points.
So he's finally able to get a little bit of space.
From the corner, catch and release. Big shot for Myers.
Well, that's the thing, is he can do it all on the offensive end. He can get to the basket and finish. He can shoot the 3.
Osting with his third block shot here, Mark, and we're only 10 minutes into the game defensively, the Vikings. And it feels like down at this end in front of the student section, we've had them on top cuts a bunch with those block shots.
A bunch, and Devito has to recognize how River Valley's playing it. Anytime he puts the ball on the floor, is going to the basket, they're all simply collapsing. There's going to be opportunities for kick-out threes. It's just he's got to deliver the basketball there. He got another one there.
Wow. What a defensive performance for number 0, a 4-pack of swats already. Myers opposite. No bueno this time, but right place, right time for Weston.
Well, and give it up to Osting again. He tipped that ball right to Weston, kept it alive. More second chance points for River Valley.
Nearly got half of them, 14 for Sawyer Weston right now.
Well, we're 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, and Shelby's in that danger zone. They've got to get to halftime here, 15 or less. They can't let River Valley just continue to pull away, or this one's going to be over before the half.
Strong help side defense from Smith, who pulls up transition. Shepard with the board. 4-on-2 here for the Whippets. They'll get a wide open 3, and Eister buries it. Timeout, Coach Galloway and the Whippets, who 9-7. They've had the spurt going on here as we've got a Carothers pest control timeout.
Yeah, big shot there in the corner. Whippets with 7 turnovers on the night. When they've taken care of it, they've gotten good looks.
Speaking of giving some looks, let's dive into our chat section. Say hello to everybody out there watching live and free. The Big Quiet G cheering on Shelby tonight. Mason Nolan says definitely know where we are playing, so maybe a shot at the officials?
I'm guessing that, that's a shot at the officials. There tends to be some belief by some people that when you come to River Valley, you don't get very many calls if you're the opposition.
Well, as I do recall in a game here last year, Shelby got the ultimate benefit on a big flop at the end of the game with only maybe 1 second left.
Yes.
Do you recall that one?
I do recall that one.
How quickly Whippets fans forget. Alex Bruscotter certainly
All
hasn't.
is well when you pull out the W if the call goes your way.
Another shot from Myers. He's missed his last 2 from downtown.
And Shelby can live with that. Contested threes are okay. It's the open threes you can't give up. And the zone has kind of slowed River Valley down a little bit.
Devito makes his move. Just acts of hands by Myers. And he's one to me, he feels like he kind of plays off the energy of the crowd.
Well, he's a young guy that has a lot of expectations. His older brother Carson was an amazing player here at River Valley. Carter's kind of following his footsteps, and he's got the potential maybe to even grow an inch or two. And young players, they tend to play off with the emotion and stuff, but real good player. And see if he can get something to go down for him here. He's just kind of struggled of late. Another stop for the Whippets.
1 and done. Shepard with the rebound. Devito. And that's his calling card on the defensive side. How many pataways from the backside has Chase Ebert had in his career?
Countless. And again, you would think as a opposing coach in a scouting report, you would go over that as like, you might get by Chase Ebert, but your next dribble better be a low dribble, because if it's a regular dribble, he's going to knock that out from behind, and he's done it twice tonight.
A little bit short arm for Shepard. Fultz, his first shot is good. And that's a guy, if he can get going here, we very much got a ball game. Shelby back within 6.
Well, real good job by Shelby, kind of recovering. They were down 31-18. They'd been on a 7-0 run until that.
Big answer from the sophomore. Carter's got 9 now. Landing gets an open look for Eister. That time short. Vikings on the run. Nice hesitation. Smith, the leaner.
He's so tough to guard. Lethal from 3, and then he gives you the ball fake and the blow-by. It's the little floater.
Talks about legacy players that have some big shoes to fill with older brother coming through. Not very far removed for Chase. The step through for Myers, but he leaves it hanging front rim. 2-on-2, Devito. The pull-up. Almost scrunch it there in between the backboard and rim.
And here comes the track meet. Back and forth we go.
Myers, big boy rebounds. But secured by Shelby. Dawson, a strong one of his own. Fultz has been a little bit shy about trying to take his own look.
Now DeVito has the switch. Finally doesn't have Weston or Ebert on him. See if he can try to go to work here on Smith.
A lot of help. 2 hedges right there. Someone's got to be open at Shepherd.
Yeah, and that's something Shelby might want to go back to. Run some high ball screen stuff. Force the Vikings to rotate. It's where River Valley tends to struggle. If you throw some combination work together with them, like ball screen, flare screen, some of that stuff can cause some trouble with their switching defense.
Here's a shot outside, a little too strong for Snyder. Now Fultz on the drive, sets up for Nick. Nice sub fake. Fultz chases down his own miss.
Well, and the Whippets are battling back.
Outscoring River Valley by 6 points here in this quarter as we get a Carothers Pest Control timeout taken by head coach Rodney Brown.
You look at the Vikings shooting from the field. 10 of 14 from 2-point land. I have them 4 of 13 from 3. So again, it goes back to trying to defend the 3 first for Shelby. And in going back to pregame stuff, they've done a really good job of, River Valley started to open it up, go on those big runs, and Shelby settled in. They didn't let River Valley continue the run and blow them out and finish it off. Down 31-18, now they've got it back to 6, and they're right here in the game. That's the championship culture that Coach Galloway and the Whippets have up there. Football, basketball, whatever it is. It's that winning culture, and when times get tough, they look to that. And they've dug deep here and found a way to get back into it.
And I'm sure Greg, Todd Karras, Steve Hoffbauer hasn't let them forget what happened at their place against this team just a month ago.
When you get embarrassed like that, you tend to not forget. There's a lot of pride in that Shelby locker room, and they are coming out battling tonight.
Smith, smooth take, but no postage on that one. Return to sender Fultz. Coming over with the go-go gadget swat.
Now watch the lob here. You're going to bring Smith off of it and then maybe try to throw the lob.
Instead, short corner, nothing but net.
Too easy, just came off the double. Catch and shoot. Extends the lead to 8. There's the turnover.
Yeah, great read by Myers. Goes around the back. Sets it up. Transition. River Valley. 4-0 run out of the timeout.
Well, that's what Rodney Brown was looking for, the reaction. Whippets cut it to 6. Vikings quickly get it back to 10. Now here you go again. Under 30 seconds. You'd think Shelby would hold to the last shot. They get the ball to come out the second half. Worst case situation, you should go down or in the locker room down 10.
Brubaker pokes away. It's a foul. And I think just the second foul on River Valley here.
Yeah, say the physicality of this game, and you look up and that was just the second foul of the quarter. I believe there's only been 7 fouls on the night.
So DeVito on the bench, chance for Fultz. Boy, so much sriracha on that pass. Dawson wasn't ready for it. Backbreaker here for Ebert. Right at the horn, so River Valley steals the momentum as they head into the halftime locker rooms with a 6-0 run and a 12-point lead. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have a special guest joining Mark here Little chit chat about the girls' side of the MOAC, plus all the stats you need to know from the first 2 quarters of play, and a full second half still on the way. It's your Marion County Now Game of the Week. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Hey, Joe. You're late. Ever since Joe joined our crew, everybody's really been paying attention to all the little details. The meeting doesn't start for 5 minutes. Not without a warm-up.
You got to get better every day when you're in here. Now let's get after it. That's better. All right.
Yes, Coach.
Pick up the pace. Let's pick up the pace and keep working here. All right?
Having a Hall of Fame coach around really has helped our crew with time management.
24-second violation.
Joe, it always takes a minute.
Take a lap.
Hey, Travis.
What's up, Ski?
Hey, there's something on the copier. You go grab that for me?
Sure. Yeah, I
Thanks,
got
bud.
you. Man, guy can't do anything for himself. So lazy. Unbelievable.
What is that?
What's going
That's
on
a
here?
technical foul. You don't talk back to an official like that.
Wait, who's the rep? What's going?
Hey, I don't want any more lip. Get out of here and run some laps. Now go.
Okay.
Move it.
Jeez.
There's no letdown. Every day you got to get a little bit better. So let's get after it. All right. Let's have a break here. On 3, OH report.
What does do this?
1, 2, 3.
Ever since Joe's joined the team, our setup has gotten a lot faster. And I've been able to cancel my gym membership.
Dude, why are you checking the mic like that?
Joe's here today, and I'm not getting another 3-second call in the paint.
Huh? Come on, Brian. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. That's better. That's better. Adam, that's good. That's really good, Adam. That's really good. No, don't lose the dribble. Berardi. What is that kind of a dribble is that? I mean, that's the slowest dribble I've ever seen. Come on. We got to work harder at this. We got to get after it, fellas. All right, you guys take a break. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Keep working, Travis. You might make the JV team. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. OH report. Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping.
Welcome back to River Valley, where the Vikings have a 41-29 lead over the Shelby Whippets. This is your halftime report. River Valley soccer team just honored at midcourt for their MOAC championship season this past fall. But with us, special guest tonight, Tim Childs, head coach of the River Valley Lady Vikings. And Coach, welcome to the broadcast tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, let's just dive into some MOAC talk. This year, obviously, you have a young group. Unlike some past years where you've been battling and winning some conference championships, not in the hunt, but just talk a little bit about some of the better teams in the MOAC this year.
Well, you got to start with Shelby. They're undefeated in the league, and right behind them, Clear Fork. I mean, they played probably one of the best games I've seen played last week, and Clear Fork had them, and Shelby found a way at the end and got a lead with the last minute to win it and pull away. And that's just kind of what Shelby's done over the years. Just found ways to win. Clear Fork and Shelby at the top, and then Pleasant right behind them. Pleasant's a pretty solid team as well. And then we got a bunch in the middle. I think us and Harding and Highland, Ontario, and got Guyan too. We got a lot of good teams playing and a lot of good players in our league.
When you talked about you guys, you're sitting in the number 4 spot in the MOAC. As I noted, really young group this year, no seniors. So just kind of talk about your squad this year and then the future.
Yeah, we're young. We kind of, I think, expectations for us just internally, we thought we'd be a little bit better. We struggled a little bit to put the ball in the basket, but our improvement, our defense has been really good. We've held teams under 40 multiple times. We've held some teams, our non-league schedule's tough as well. So we've held some teams that typically score in the 50s and the 40s, and we've defended well. We've got to find a way, to get a little more on our offense. But with the young group, sometimes you have those, turnovers or just missed shots. Building confidence. We've been playing better down the stretch here, so just trying to make a run towards the end of the season, leading into next year. We've talked a lot about how everybody returning, we have a chance to kind of put the right foot forward going into next year. So with a couple league games left and a non-league and tournament run, that's kind of what we're hoping to do.
Well, and you talked about the improvement, and that was on full display last night. London came in here last night. They're right now sitting in the number 3 spot in Division 4 in the Central District seeding. Your group of girls played a really good ball game, only lost by 6 last night. Were you happy with the effort?
Absolutely. Effort was great. Obviously, as a coach, you always find small things here or there you can fix, but, our effort's been great. We've been defending well, boxing out, rebounding, and just like I said, little improvements from here to there, and trying to get people healthy too. We had our starting point guard played a lot less than she typically does than the starter because she's coming back from having the flu, and had another guard that had an injury that hadn't practiced and was able to go, so she got limited time. So just having some of those players being healthy, at the end of the season, it's always, a Christian there. Are you healthy? Can you finish? And we're getting back to being healthy. And like I said, making a run's kind of what we're at now for the tournament.
Right, so talking about the tournament draw, tomorrow night you have Galleon, and then the records have to be in, and you draw this weekend. Division 4 Central District. You're 6-13, but there's still a chance out of those 11 teams, you could be as high as a 4 seed.
Yeah, we'll see what some other teams do. They got games as well, but I'm going to guess we'll probably be around 5, but we could possibly be 4, which is pretty amazing looking at our record. But really, with the way we played in London being the 3 seed and the 2 seed in front of them, Buckeye Valley, we played early in the year. I really feel like, if we can put ourselves in the right spot, we can give ourselves a chance in the tournament.
And I completely agree. I've seen enough of your games this year and looking at the teams in your district, and I know you and I have talked a lot throughout the season, just the fact that this group, if they continue to improve, they still have a chance to make a run this year. Even though they're young, you're not just looking at next year. There's still some damage that this group could do this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked a lot about that, just to take game by game. We got Young tomorrow night at home, so we want to take care of that. We got Saturday off. We'll practice Sunday, do tournament draw, and then got Cardington on Monday, no non-league game. So just going game by game, and then leading in. We got to go to Clear Fork yet, which is going to be another big game for us. A team that's really good. We held them to 42 points the first time we played them at home, so we're looking to defend again against them and maybe feel really good going into that tournament.
Well, and you can't talk about the tournament this year without talking about something that you and I coaches everywhere, we've talked about, the OHSA going to 7 divisions this year. Just let's start with, what are your thoughts on going to the 7 divisions from the 4?
Well, a lot of people talked earlier about being a money grab and that sort of thing, but realistically in basketball, everybody gets in anyhow. So you're not necessarily increasing the games, but I do think you're leveling out the playing field for some of these teams. In Division 1, you could go anywhere from 400 to over 1,000 kids, and trying to compete with that is difficult. And it levels out and puts some other teams in some spots that are probably better fit for them. I like it. I know some people say that waters down the state championship, but really I think it's good for the kids. I think it's good for the state of Ohio, and I think we're going to have a lot of great things come from this.
So 7 divisions this year. Obviously we talked about what the Lady Vikings have in front of them as far as being in Division 4. In the big picture, what do the Lady Vikings have to do to get to a district championship game and maybe even get out of the district this year?
Well, this year it starts on the defensive end for us. We got to defend, and we got to take care of the ball and get shots off, and play with some confidence. And we've been building confidence over lately in the last few games, so we're going to continue to try to do that, execute offensively, and just execute the game plan. We got to know the other team's best players and try to take advantage of what we can do. And I really think the way we've been playing, we can do that coming down the stretch. Well,
again, we obviously wish you the best of luck. Appreciate you coming up here and spending some time with us, and hope everything goes as well as could be hoped for, and you go into that tournament draw Sunday and you get the bracket that you want, and Lady Vikes can make a run.
All right, well, thank you for having me. We appreciate you guys being here and broadcasting our games.
Appreciate it. Take care. So, Tim, now in 17th year?
Yes,
17th year. 3 league championships, a couple district titles.
Yeah.
And, yeah. We got to spend a little bit of time together on the bench way back in the day, but it's been a long time ago. When I have the gray hair, he doesn't have as much,
it's
if any.
It's starting to come in.
Yeah. But again, Tim Childs, thank you for coming, and obviously, good luck tomorrow night and the rest of the way, and does a really, really good job with the Lady Vikings. So, with that, we will wrap up the halftime show. We'll come back, give you the stats and all that goodness and some information, and we will get started in the second half. Once again, it's River Valley 41, Shelby 29 at halftime here at River Valley.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it.
Halftime wrapping up here at River Valley. We'll dive into the halftime stats for you folks real quick before we get to third quarter action. And for the Vikings, just getting up and down the floor, I think probably one of the biggest differences, a lot on the strength of the 9 giveaways for Shelby and only 2 obviously for the Vikings, but just really felt like it was their ability to get in transition, get some easy buckets, kind of a big difference right now. But Shelby going to work. They've got the first 2 points here with Braxton Dawson on the drive.
Well, and that's, again, something I've seen some teams try to do is try to get the ball to foul line area, get this mismatch against some of River Valley's bigs and drive it to the basket. Big first few minutes here for Shelby.
Off balance, tough shot for Smith. Shepard off the rebound, looking to push the pace. Hands off, here's Devito down the lane. The runner is good.
Well, and if they're going to get back in it and win this game, they need Devito to get going. Just his second basket of the night.
Whippets had a nice spurt there in the second quarter, but the Vikings closed in a flurry. Weston turned away. Outstretched arm of Brubaker got a piece.
And this is the game the Whippets want to play. Make River Valley playing a half-court offense.
Landon Folds draws over the defense, and Devito cashes it in from the corner.
Well, River Valley finishes the first half on a 6-0 run. Shelby opens the second half on a 7-0 run. It's going to lead to a timeout by Rodney Brown.
Blistering start here for Shelby. The extra pass, open from the corner, and the MOAC leading scorer rains home a big 3.
Well, DeVito starts out the game. Those 2 quick fouls, had to sit a little bit. You said it about him refocusing a little bit and getting himself going, and he's come out and he's been really good.
Didn't sit for very long. Wise choice of course, by Coach Galloway, bringing him in to start that second quarter, and hasn't picked up a foul since.
One thing I really like about this Shelby group is, like I said, they were down early. River Valley had it up to about a 13-point lead. but they've battled back, and you look at some of it, and they've got a young group out on the floor, inexperienced. You're playing 2 sophomores, a couple of juniors, and this is a group that doesn't have a lot of time on the court together. And I think you're just starting to see if they can just hang around, you're going to see more and more confidence. One of the bad things for River Valley is they have been so dominant that they have not played in very many fourth quarter games where possessions were critical. And when they have, they lost at Pleasant, lost a close one to Waterston. So, if you're Shelby, make it tight in the fourth quarter and see what happens.
So only 2 losses, of course, of the season. And Brubaker, another rebound. Here he comes.
Chance to get it to a 1-possession game for Shelby.
He's trying to go right at the big fella. Holds his ground this time. Devito. Wild shot. Shepard got his back. Can't leave it off with the left. Now in transition. Pass down on the block. Owen gets away with the travel. But it's a big end of the 7-0 run here for the Vikings.
In the first 2 minutes, Shelby twice ran that high action to try to get isolation. I think he's trying to call a timeout, and they're finally going to give it to him. But they ran that high action to get the ball, isolation on Osting with Braxton Dawson, the 6'3 sophomore, catching, trying to attack to the right side. Pull Osting away from the basket. I think 4 blocks he had in the first half, so they're going to try to stretch him out, make him defend on the perimeter a little bit more rather than just sit back there and kind of control the paint.
Yeah, has played a really phenomenal defensive role so far here tonight. Everybody out there watching live and free playing their own role as well, including Miss Tani Cox, always sharing on the Whippets. Kathy Dodge, super fan for Shelby, cheering on her Whippets, of course. Doug Collins wishing good luck to Rodney Brown and River Valley tonight. And Josh Banks, this was 18 minutes ago, so it was kind of towards the end of that second quarter, said this looks more like a track meet.
Well, Josh has seen enough River Valley basketball that he knows that the Vikings like to get out and go up and down. That's where they are at their best. Little cross screen action. Now let's see if they can get a post ISO.
Fultz has only attempted 1 shot so far this evening. Double team and a late foul.
I thought he was going to call 3 seconds. Instead they call with the bump.
It's a big whistle too, because off that deflection, Ebert, there's nobody in front of him there. He's got a chance to roll like a freight train to the other end. First foul on either side here in this third quarter.
Well, although River Valley typically switches, they've not been switching a lot with Weston off of Devito.
Another 3 from downtown. Kids starting to heat up.
Well, and that was the miscommunication. Usually River Valley switches every screen. They're playing the defense tonight where they switch everybody but Devito. Weston helped a little bit late on the closeout. Devito buries another one.
Vikings looking for an answer. Owen inside. Barrel chested. Boy, right down into the teeth of the defense.
And he's given River Valley another dimension on the offensive end, some inside scoring.
Shepard off the drive, pulls up from the elbow, puts that one through.
Stylistically, this is the way Shelby needs to play to have a chance.
Very few free throws shot in this game so far. Do have a couple on the way here from Ebert. 12 of the first 16 points in this third quarter belonging to Shelby. This has been a great response after the way they finished off the second pretty poorly. Off the bench comes Nick Eister. 6'2" senior was able to bury a 3, a couple of them actually in that first half.
Much better second looking free throw there from Chase. First one was a little bit flat. Gets them both to go. Back to 6.
Brayden's been popping off from long range here as of late.
And they've got the switch.
This a little bit deeper than the last couple, same result.
7th made 3 for the Whippets, but again, they got the switch. Devito created some space, got away from Weston. 1 possession game.
Hosting called for the traveling violation. He's been trying to go right at Braxton Dawson, the sophomore. Got away with the travel earlier, not this time.
Just the 3rd turnover for River Valley.
Yeah, as much as they like to move with pace, they do a remarkable job of hanging on to the basketball.
Well, and usually, again, that's a compliment, I think, so much to Chase Ebert. The ball's in his hands so much. His decision-making is just phenomenal.
Second foul here on the Vikings. Comes on the drive for DeVito, trying to slow him down.
Now we got a little jawing going on here between DeVito and Weston. Close game, intensity starting to amp up a little bit here.
Top 2 scorers, each with 14 so far. Here they are, matched up head-to-head. Eister going to work. Lost it in the 5-hole, though.
10th turnover for the Whippets.
Sawyer kicks it out. Myers, front iron.
I think you've got to get DeVito in the ball screen action or something. Okay. Now this doesn't surprise me. Close game, spread the floor, slow it down, control the pace of the game. Get some isolation. Don't let River Valley do what they want.
DeVito thought he got bumped on that last shot attempt at least, and this turned away at the rim. Braxton went soaring to the 3rd level. In transition, Shepard buries it. We're all square at 47 apiece.
What a response by this Shelby ball club. See if River Valley has an answer. One name we haven't called for a while is Smith. See if the Vikings can get him a look.
Here's the other chase instead. Blew it at the 10. And we're headed the other way. Last touch by the Vikings. Ebert, as I mentioned, 60% when he's shooting a 2-pointer.
Yeah,
very uncharacteristic that one wouldn't fall.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot a lot of mid-range stuff. It's typically at the rim.
Again, the Whippets spread him out 5 wide. DeVito basically standing at midcourt.
And again, just a little miscommunication. Weston's not switching off DeVito. Smith was anticipating the switch. Again, you understand how you're playing it. Switching everything except for Weston on DeVito.
Fultz finds a little sliver. Lefty gets to his strong hand, but he clanks it off the backboard. 5-on-4 here for River Valley. Excellent fake.
Left. Yeah, missed it left.
GPS a little off target. Whippet zoom ahead. Bully ball inside, but it's an offensive foul.
The Oscar goes too.
And how many does he already have on his mantle?
I mean,
pretty good.
He's pretty darn good at that. I mean, he's anybody that's watched MOAC football or basketball, you know that Chase Ebert is a strong kid. You don't knock Chase Ebert down like that.
Come on.
But he did what he needed to do to get the call. Big play there.
Now he's at the controls. Trying to turn the corner. Hesitation dribble right at DeVito.
And again, that was just strength. He's able to get to the paint, finish through contact.
DeVito involved, 2-man game. Eister parts the C's inside, double team, and a travel, I think.
Yes, sir, you called it. Just shuffled the feet on the ball fake.
Vikings with the rotation, really impressive when the ball's been dumped down low, how quickly they get there and then recover.
When I think Shelby, with the way they're playing with the 5 out and spreading the floor, they get that drive. That one, but then the one more pass is going to be the one that's going to get the wide open 3 if they want it. Whippets really need to stop here. River Valley get some momentum here, going to the 4th.
Ebert checks the clock down to 6 seconds, looking to make his move. Gets the pace left hand, hanging in midair, and Devito his 3rd foul. And all of them a little bit questionable.
I'm not sure there was a lot of contact. I thought Devito had the verticality there. He jumped, went straight up. I think if anything, it was Ebert's left arm that created the contact, but the official had the better view. He calls the foul. Chase, chance to step to line, get this to a 2-possession game. 2.5 to go here in the 3rd.
Vikings have closed all 3 quarters with a nice little flurry. Outscored, though, 18-8 here in the 3rd so far. Another one coming just kind of a little flat off his hand.
A little bit rushed on that. I think shoots about 62% on the year.
Gets to the line more than anybody else. Over 50 attempts now on his season.
Yeah, a lot of players shy away from contact. Chase seeks it out.
Devito good if it goes. Just a 1-possession game as we head to 4th quarter action. We'll see you back here. Money time on the way.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up.
Just one more quarter of regulation remains here in Caledonia. The Vikings of River Valley looking to take a stranglehold on the MOAC championship race, but the 5-time defending champs hanging around. I'm Brian Skowronski, Mark Bollinger with me here tonight. And I think as expected, 2 good teams going head-to-head here. Vikings, winners of 6 straight. Shelby, they've been streaking 3 wins in a row of their own. And just a lot of pride out here on the floor here tonight. Big 4th quarter coming up.
Big 4th quarter. Great job by Shelby, making some adjustments coming out in the 2nd half. River Valley had no made threes in that 3rd quarter as they held the Vikings to just 9 points.
Here's the guy that can get it going. Slump buster, not that time. Braxton, another rebound. He's been big in the absence of Carson Homan. If you're just joining us, the leading rebounder in the league sideline tonight. I missed it doing setup there during the pregame. Didn't see that he was in street clothes, so we'll have to try to get the word on why it is that Carson's not available. This guy's been trying to pick up the slack. Devito, 14 points. A little short with that last offering. Weston was huge early on and trying to have a bookend type of game.
Yeah, big drive again, just the strength, able to muscle through. And unforced turnover by the Whippets. Turnovers, 13-4 difference.
Pass just a little behind. We'll spin it back. Check out that last bucket. Nice hang time and the soft touch for Sawyer.
Yeah, but they said they have the ISO, mismatch in the post.
Nice skip pass here, clean look. Foltz backdoor look. Nice execution. Dawson with 2 more.
Nice cut by Dawson. Saw the defender turn his head. Ran a simple back cut and finished.
Whistle here goes against Landon Foltz. Thought that he had the pocket picked clean. Ebert tends to get away with a lot of those, you know?
You're right.
Well, as the one commenter said, you can tell where this game's being played tonight, and I'm okay with home teams kind of getting the benefit of a couple calls too. You got to go with what the people want, Mark.
River Valley runs the ball screen. They get the switch. Osting ISO'd in the post.
He's got a big size advantage with the Foltz down there right now. Acceleration off the kick out. Devito buys the ball fake. Beautiful basketball. Smith just a little bit off.
I thought the Whippets were in trouble there. Smith doesn't miss very many open threes like that. Beautiful look. Foltz delivers a dime.
Actually wasn't even looking. That's what made it so special. Took the defense off guard. 1 point game.
Vikings just need to be patient, get the look they want here.
Myers cut off.
Again, in the long run, I think this is really good for River Valley to have a close game. Something, if they're going to make a deep tournament run like we think they can, there's going to be some games along that stretch where they're going to have to win in the fourth quarter.
Ebert picks it up at the foul line. Now it's Myers domineering, and plenty of contact there to send him to the free throw line.
And it looks like other than Chase Smith, other than Chase Smith, Whippets are just throwing bodies at drivers in the paint, almost daring some of the other Vikings to shoot the three.
This can put Myers in double figures. Able to cash it in. 75%er on the year.
With the substitution, Snyder for Osting, the Vikings go a little bit smaller but quicker. See if the Whippets try to capitalize, get the ball to the post. Big play by Sawyer Weston. Oh, and Myers is doing work.
Boy, he skied up to about the third floor with that rebound. Third player in double figures now for RV.
It all started with Sawyer Weston tipping out the missed free throw.
And Devito, who is one of the league leaders in turnovers, ill-advised decision right there. He's got a couple in the fourth already.
Not to harp on it too much, but 15 turnovers for the Whippets to just 4 for River Valley.
That's a big storyline.
It's huge. Myers kind of has the hot hand here. See if the Vikings go back to him in the post. Cross screen, down screen.
Sharp ball movement right now. 5 before it even hit the floor.
Whippets doing a really good job on the help side, clogging up driving lanes. Their gap defense has been spectacular here in the second half.
Boy, such a quick first step that time for Smith. Earned himself a little bit of a cushion.
And beware, he sees one go down. The next few probably are going to go with it.
Maybe a double dribble for Eister. Airballed it anyways. This can make it a 9-point lead. Myers, another offensive board. Back up for Sawyer.
Well, the Whippets have made some tough decisions here down the stretch. They were right there and made some bad decisions, ended up leading to some turnovers, and all of a sudden the wells run dry.
That one lifts out too, so close for Nick. Meanwhile, the Vikings starting to pick up the pace offensively. Outscored Shelby 9-4 so far here in the fourth, but Fultz got a chance to cut into that.
Whippets have plenty of time here. You're still almost at 3 minutes. Get the shots you want. You don't need to panic and put up quick shots that aren't shots that you're wanting in your offensive scheme. Again, just will not go in for them.
Boy, what a rare miss. 50th attempt on the season for Landon Fultz. Made 43 of them so far. You don't see that very much at all.
Yeah, and that one looked good too, but just, again, rimmed out a little bit. That one was pure.
It's going to be a Carothers pest control timeout taken by Coach Galloway and the Whippets. With that, see what you crazy cats are getting into over in Facebook land. I want to say what's up to Mary Jo, cheering on the Whippets. Tani says they just need to keep working. And then Diana trying to get a hold of Tani, trying to get a hold of Nick out there too. Love when the conversations are going down in the chat section. Aren't even about the game. Just catching up with some old friends.
Catching up with old friends. Well, at halftime we talked to Coach Childs of the girls team about the tournament draw and stuff like that, and and looking at the boys' side of things. These are two teams that are also in great position as we get closer to that tournament draw a week from Sunday for the boys in Division 4 Central District. River Valley in the number 1 spot there. They're right there with Jonathan Alder. And then after those two teams, there's a pretty big drop-off. 16 teams, Central District, so there's 2 districts. So Alder and River Valley probably will, I would think, would go away from each other. So both those teams probably feeling really good about their chances to advance out of district play. But then you go up to the Northwest, and Shelby's sitting in the 2 spot, I believe, right now. So they're looking to have a chance to make a run here if they can continue to play good basketball like they have tonight.
We just saw it in soccer and volleyball with the expanded 3 new divisions. There's going to be lots of opportunities for teams that would typically in the past run into some big-time programs, one of the parochial schools, and not be able to get over the hump. Now with the 7 divisions, Mark, we're going to see a lot of area teams competing in regionals.
Yeah, and Tim was nice at halftime when he was talking about it, because I'm one of the people that don't like it because I say it's watered down. And like I said, he and I have had those conversations and known Tim for so long, and we joked about it. But, yeah, for example, in their district, you have 11 teams, and the top 3 teams are 500, and the rest of them aren't even at 500. And just, everybody has their opinion. That's mine. That's the way it is, so we're going to roll with it.
We are in the house of Bollinger Built, so your opinions, they carry weight in here, Mark, in this gym.
Yeah, something like that. We won a few games here, but...
Well, as I look across the gym at the last district championship for this program.
That's what's exciting, and I'm very, very pleased, and not trying to be biased, but I obviously know a lot of these River Valley guys. I've known their coaches. I've coached the coaches, known Rodney forever, and I'm hoping they can finish this off and we can get rid of that 2007 league championship and district championship being the last time they've put anything up there. I will gladly allow them to put some numerals up there behind those last ones, and but they've got work to do still.
Yeah, great spot though right here, up 7, couple minutes to go, and they've really been at the controls on offense, spreading them out, taking their time, and right there, Smith able to take it all the way to rack 70. He's got 11 now, and all 4 players that average double figures, they've gotten there, Mark.
They've gotten there, and that's so difficult with River Valley, is just the depth and the ability to score. Good take by Devito, but again, just couldn't get the finish. And River Valley just take care of the basketball, free throws and layups at this point.
In the air out of the Zeppelin for Shelby in their 5 consecutive league championships. Starting to come out a little bit here in their quest for 6 in a row.
Yeah, lost tonight will put them 3 games back of River Valley.
This will help, though. Intercepted, thrown right into the lap of Avery Lambert. But you got to start getting it done at this end. And not sure how Shepard didn't get a call there. It certainly felt like Myers was all over the arm.
And
yeah.
DeVito quickly checks back in. And off the special situation here, down 9, look for Shelby to run their best inbounds play that can get them a 3. They have the switch, see if DeVito can do some work. He does.
Wow.
2-possession game. Shelby's got to extend the floor, though. Clock is working against them, down to 1:10.
Fourth made 3 in the second half for DeVito, and a traveling violation.
Just a bad decision there by the youngster Myers. Up 6, 1:05 to go. You know your time and score. Situational basketball. But again, learning experience. River Valley hasn't been in games like this, so opportunity for Coach Brown to talk to Carter, explain some things. Now the Vikings have to come down and get a stop.
I want to say hello to Sharon McGuire out there watching on the YouTube. 264 of you all together on YouTube watching. Says good luck to the Vikings and way to go RV Boys Soccer. I watched them clinch the league championship at Clear Fork, and that was a really fun team, and a lot of seniors, plenty of veterans, and you could tell really well loved and respected, honored at halftime here tonight. Got a big plaque for their first league championship in the MOAC for that sport.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Great season by Coach Richards and the boys. They had a great year. Defeated Ontario for the first time ever in MOAC play. Led by, of course, Hudson Pollock, outstanding soccer player, kicker for the Vikings, and so congratulations to them. Now on the hardwood here, the Vikings see if they can finish it off and get their own MOAC title.
A bucket here for Shelby certainly keeps their pulse alive, and Fultz rises to the occasion.
Now they got a foul. I think Ebert's the one you probably want to foul at this point. Chase has struggled a little bit from the floor. They're going to let it play out. You're under 45. You have to give the foul. I'm not sure that's who you want to foul.
Yeah, kind of an interesting decision, I think, to land Smith on the line. Let's flip it back real quick and check out that last Landon Fultz bucket. Double team, and just coming from a crazy angle. Nice English, 9 points now for Landon.
Yeah, Ebert was shooting 62% on the year. They didn't foul him. Instead, they chose Chase Smith, who shoots 81%.
And just such a confident shooter, great stroke, even better hair. Got to have a lot of product that goes into that thing. Maybe not. I don't really know how to handle the curls, Mark. When they start coming in on my head, that's when I know it's been too long without a haircut.
Too long, yeah. Well, Chase calmly knocks down 2, takes it back to 6. Shelby has to go quick. Vikings only 1 team foul, so they can give up a couple fouls here without sending the Whippets to the line.
Almost thrown away. Now with 20 seconds to go, backdoor Fultz the extra.
You got to shoot the 3.
That's not really Dawson's thing, but he comes through anyways. Timeout Shelby. One-score game.
The fadeaway. Braxton Dawson. A little bit of panic mode, like, oh my gosh, I've got to shoot the 3 because we need it. Hello, Larry Bird.
Cash, money, big rims from long range. All of a sudden, it's a game. Looked like Shelby might just have to kind of throw in the towel with this much time remaining. Instead, they've battled all the way back. Down by just 3 and plenty of time here to try to go for a steal. And then foul, put somebody other than Smith on the line.
Right, 10 made threes tonight for the Whippets. Done a really good job of shooting the basketball from three-point land. But yes, down 3, 15 seconds to go. Look for the Whippets to extend full court, deny the first pass, see if they can create the turnover off the inbounds pass. If not, they may get one trap. If the ball comes out of the trap, then they'll commit the foul, or it may be one where they just decide to foul right away. Try to stretch this out, but in looking out there, I'm not putting Chase Smith back at the free throw line. That is for sure. Carter Myers, another one, shoots 76%. Eli Snyder in the game, 75%. Sawyer Weston in the game, 70%. So Chase Ebert's going to pull the trigger on the inbound. He would be the guy you probably would want to foul.
There's just a lot of value all over the floor. That's some really good numbers for the 5 that are out there for the Vikings. This time I don't think Devito can complain about the call here.
No, and I thought Shelby was really trying to foul Eli Snyder, but they didn't call it. Ball went back to Ebert. Little hesitation. They thought that should have been a little bit quicker of a whistle. So 3 seconds go off the clock. Chance for Chase here to kind of put this one almost to the point of finishing it off. And big free throw make there by Chase. And that's one thing with this kid too, is he could go up there and have missed 8 in a row. At crunch time, he wants the ball. I mean, he's got that swag to him that give me the ball, big moment. I'm gonna let me step up there and be the guy.
Looking for point number 14 right here. And you're absolutely right. Blue Gatorade running through his veins.
Ooh, that could be in. Sawyer Weston needs to be really careful there. Grabbed him from behind. 2 hands, both jerseys. Could have very easily been an intentional foul.
And they've still got 2 more to give. 9 seconds remaining on the clock, so it's a wise strategy. Devito from the rafters.
Well, Devito was going to make sure that he shot it before he got fouled.
Shepard puts it in. Timeout taken by Coach Galloway. It's going to be the final Whippets timeout.
I would think they're going to put some time back on the clock.
Yeah, showing 0.1 right now. Referees discussing. I think there's got to be at least 2 seconds.
I kind of wonder if any of the officials were even looking at the clock.
Galloway awarded the timeout instantaneously. So that's the huddle going on right now amongst the Zebras, just trying to determine. Did you see how much time was on the clock when the ball went through? Did you? I feel like at least 2 ticks.
You may be right, but I'm guessing they're not going to give the scorers table the decision to put 2 seconds on there. I'm guessing they're going to go under a second or 0.1 even.
If that's the case, this baby is all but over.
Well,
River
from
Valley
the
will just have
reaction
to
of the
inbound.
River Valley bench, it looks like they are adding some time.
Let's see, it's still showing the .1, of course. See if we get a bit more interesting finish here. .9 is what they've decided, Mark.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's still a chance for Shelby to get a steal and a quick shot.
You've got your quarterback taking the ball out of bounds. He's got to make a good decision. It's just a matter of getting the ball in and getting a touch. They may throw it deep, throw it up to Carter Myers just to get a touch. They may just run to the ball, throw it and tip it.
They've got Smith, quick foul. Only 2/10 come off the clock. So Smith can ice it with just 1 make.
Well, with 7/10 left, it doesn't have to be a tip. So if for some reason Chase Smith would miss both free throws on the second one, Whippets could catch it, turn, and get a shot. And that's going to have to be a full court shot.
Sawyer Weston was having kind of a heated conversation with the referee. Devito was hoping he'd get teched up. But I think some smiles down there. So
Well, when Carter Myers was going to the bench to talk to Coach Brown, I think Devito stepped in front of him and there was some contact and tried to sell it and get a technical, and I think they all kind of laughed about it. But
kid's a gamer, man. He's going to do anything he can to try to keep his team in the game, but it appears that the door is shut.
huge free throw shooting down the stretch for River Valley.
Almost goes, but it wouldn't be enough anyways. The Vikings take a stranglehold on the MOAC title race as they are in the pole position, the driver's seat with just a few games remaining. 5-point win and a great game here tonight against the Whippets. We will take a commercial break. We will return. We will have your premier Optometry Group Most Valuable Player interview. Drop us some comment bombs. Let us know who you think is worthy of being the MVP. Plus, Mark and I will have all of your final stats and tell you what's ahead here this weekend on the OH Report. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back live and free right after this.
Hey, Joe. You're late. Ever since Joe joined our crew, everybody's really been paying attention to all the little details. The meeting doesn't start for 5 minutes.
Not without a warm-up. You got to get better every day when you're in here. Now let's get after it. That's better. All right.
Yes, Coach.
Pick up the pace. Let's pick up the pace and keep working here. All right?
Having a Hall of Fame coach around really has helped our crew with time management.
24-second violation.
Joe, it always takes a minute.
Take a lap.
Hey, Travis.
What's up, Ski?
Hey, there's something on the copier. You go grab that for me?
Sure. Yeah, I
Thanks,
got
bud.
you. Man, guy can't do anything for himself. So lazy. Unbelievable.
What is that?
What's going
That's
on
a
here?
technical foul. You don't talk back to an official like that.
Wait, who's the rep? What's going?
Hey, I don't want any more lip. Get out of here and run some laps. Now go.
Okay.
Move it.
Jeez.
There's no letdown. Every day you got to get a little bit better. So let's get after it. All right. Let's have a break here. On 3, OH report.
Doing this. 1, 2, 3. Ever since Joe's joined the team, our setup has gotten a lot faster. And I've been able to cancel my gym membership.
Dude, why are you checking the mic like that?
Joe's here today, and I'm not getting another 3-second call in the paint.
Huh? Come on, Brian. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. That's better. That's better. Adam, that's good. That's really good, Adam. That's really good. No, don't lose the dribble. Berardi. What is that? Kind of a dribble is that? I mean, that's the slowest dribble I've ever seen. Come on. We got to work harder at this. We got to get after it, fellas. All right, you guys take a break. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Keep working, Travis. You might make the JV team. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. OH report.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain.
You just enjoyed live and free MOAC basketball thanks to our friends over at Murphy Industries, the leader in manufacturing of lift cable assemblies for the garage door and truck door industries. Mathews Auto Group, the area's #1 dealer with over 800 automobiles currently in stock. Check out Mathews' selection at the link down in the description. Premier Optometry helps you keep the game in focus because better vision is their purpose. Krista Smith and the Agency Real Estate Group, looking to buy or sell? Call Krista Smith at 740-225-2615. Carothers Pest Control. If you've got a pest, call the best. 419-342-6841. Marion County Now, where they are all about you. And like our friends here at the OH Report, they are free to all the readers. And finally, Sutton Bank, where you can earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Your MVP interview is coming up. Sawyer Weston is going to join us on the mic here in about a minute and a half. Looks like he's making his way out. So we'll have that coming up. Plus, Mark and I will wrap things up. All the stats that you need to know from tonight's game. Keep it here. We'll be back in just a moment. We return now with your player of the game, presented by Premier Optometry.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing.
We're back with our Premier Optometry Group MVP, Sawyer Weston, game high 18 points tonight. It's super aggressive early on in the game. I think you cashed in 9 of the first 11 for your boys tonight. So direct me through your mindset coming out. Big rivalry game, obviously a lot for you guys to earn in the league, and just how you felt coming out of the gates here tonight.
You know, I felt really hot coming out. All thanks to my teammates for putting their trust in me, and I mean, I was delivering in the first quarter and second quarter. So, I mean, shots were falling. I was feeling good, and just my teammates are good for trusting me.
4 of you players all averaging double figures. You each get to that landmark here tonight. What can you say about just the development of this team and the trustworthiness that you mentioned, but then also just having the skill set out there and how much you guys just kind of play well off of one another?
You know, we got a veteran team. We've all been playing with each other for forever. I think there's actually a picture out there of us playing together like 8 years ago. So, I mean, we're familiar with each other. We love playing with each other. We just trust each other. And ball goes in the hoop.
Shelby, obviously, they've kind of been running things in this MOAC since they landed in it. 5 straight championships for them. You take a big stranglehold now, a couple-game lead, and the Whippets kind of out of it. So how big did this game feel? And in the post-game locker room, what was kind of the vibe and the energy in there?
You know, it felt really good. Shout out to our freshman and JV team, too. We got a sweep of Shelby tonight, but this is the first time I've won against Shelby in my 4 years. So, well, the second time this year. So, yeah, it feels really good. All the guys are happy. Job's not finished, though. We got to finish out the league.
7 straight wins for you. What do you feel like has been the biggest part of that so far in 2025, having this nice win streak?
Practice. I mean, we show up to practice. We go hard every day. Our coaches are great. They put us in the right position every game. We have a great scouting team, and, I mean, we get it done during practice.
You mentioned the job's not done yet. Still a handful of games coming up here before you close out the regular season. In what ways do you feel like this team needs to evolve and or just keep doing what you're doing to ensure that when you get to the finish line, you feel like you're poised for a big tournament run?
I think we need to evolve on our defensive end, boxing out, sliding over in the help side. We got beat a couple times tonight on the offensive glass, letting people get putbacks. But if we just put in that work a little bit, I think we'll be pretty set.
And finally, you're typically asked to guard the team's best offensive weapon, Brayden Devito, the leading scorer in the league. What type of challenges did that present for you tonight, and how much do you look forward to getting battles like this?
I love it. I mean, it's my favorite thing. Going out there guarding the best player, I mean, it's a compliment to me from my teammates. They trusted me, and Brayden's a great player. He's fast, quick, and shoot. He hit a couple deep ones tonight, but, I mean, it's fun. It's definitely fun guarding kids like that.
And you can tell you guys have a good time playing with one another out there, so continue success for you. Keep smiling. And before we turn you loose, of course, look at the camera. Shout out anybody you want.
Shout out my grandpa, Mike Smith. He's been coming to every game. He had a double lung transplant last year, and I'm just blessed to have him here.
All right, Sawyer Weston, your MVP, presented by Premier Optometry Group.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up.
It's your post-game show brought to you by the good folks at the Mathews family of dealerships, where they've got so many cars it'll make your head spin. Up to the top of the MOAC is where the Vikings have been here since the calendar turned to 2025, and they're going to stay there, Mark. A couple-game lead now, and a huge one over the Whippets, and you just heard from Sawyer. Never beat them in his career. Now he's got 2 signature wins over the 5-time defending champs.
Yeah, Shelby had definitely kind of had the Vikings number, and this year the Vikings have gotten it done. They go on the road earlier in the season, back in 2024, December, win 94-64. Tonight, much tougher task, but they got it done. So extend that conference lead to 3 games over Shelby, still 1-game lead over Harding. But again, the Vikings take another huge step towards getting that first MOAC title since 2007.
Take a look at how the game played out. River Valley, if you remember way back when in the first quarter, they came out throwing some shots, closed it out in style. Shelby makes a big run in the second, but River Valley closes on a 6-0 run. And then the third quarter, and the deep bombs from DeVito made 3 in that quarter, started to tighten things up. Really credit River Valley down the stretch. I felt like they had so much poise about them in the last 3-4 minutes, the championship minutes, and you could tell the culture, it shined through, and they pulled out a nice win.
And again, it's a difference of having guys on the floor that have been through it. You've got Chase Ebert out there, who's a 4-year starter. You have Chase Smith, who's a 3-year starter. Sawyer Weston, who's a 3-year starter. You have these guys that have been through the rigors and stepped to the free throw line. I think the Vikings made their last 6 free throws to kind of put it away. Shelby made some tough decisions, bad decisions, kind of cost them down the stretch a little bit, but give Shelby all the credit in the world because, first of all, nobody thought this game was going to be a 5-point game coming in here tonight. After what River Valley did to them up there, the way the season has went, not a lot of consideration given to the Whippets. Vikings come out, jump on them early, but the Whippets responded. They showed that championship culture, that mentality, and I'll tell you what, the Whippets continue to grow. They're going to be a problem for some teams in tournament time. They're getting there. They're young players. They're sophomores. They're growing up, and when you have Devito and those kinds of guys around them, they're going to be dangerous.
And Coach Galloway taking them to a Final Four last year. He knows what he's doing. It's a really veteran assistant group, but 16 turnovers tonight obviously really cost them when you see that there's a 10 turnover difference. River Valley taking care of the basketball, and they got to the free throw line a bunch, and they cashed in some big checks late.
They did, and the worst thing for Shelby about their 16 turnovers, so many of them were live ball turnovers where River Valley was able to score and get a good look in transition. If it's a dead ball turnover where you can get back and set your defense and make River Valley play 5-on-5, that's one thing. But when you turn it over into live ball, you know that River Valley gets into that running game and they're going to make you pay, and the Vikings did that tonight.
Coming up here next for both of these teams, Whippets are going to have Clear Fork. That's going to be at home for them coming up on the 1st. Several days off now. They won't be back in action River Valley until I think that's next Tuesday when they go to Highland. But you mentioned all the teams still remaining on their schedule within the conference championship race. I mean, they kind of smacked them around in round one.
They smacked them around a little bit in round one. But, again, if you're River Valley, you just have to look at it and say, this isn't about Highland. It's not about Clear Fork. It's not about Galleon. It's not about Ontario. It's about us. Go out and play the way we play. Take care of business. Let's put the title up on the banner.
And here's what's coming up here soon for the OH Report. We got to do a little bit better with the graphic only because we've got way more games going on each day. There's only room for 2. However, if you're a fan of any of these teams that you see up on your screen, this is what's going down tomorrow night. I know for a fact that I will be at Mansfield Christian. They're taking on Lucas. Those have been the top 2 teams in the Mid-Buckeye Conference for many, many years. Flames looking to stay in the conference race, see if they can win that. Big games coming up on Monday. Lexington will travel over to Shelby. The Lady Whippets just suffered their first defeat in 13 tries at Bellevue a couple nights ago. And then St. Paul versus Crestview next Wednesday. That's one that you certainly have to circle. The top 2 teams in the Firelands Conference, that one decides it.
Well, and you look at that schedule, and then thinking ahead, I know we have a lot of River Valley fans out there that have tuned in. We have a couple River Valley games down the stretch, and then we get into tournament time. Just like we say every year, if you're a big fan of high school basketball and you love to watch it, tune in because you're going to have it right here on the OH Report.
That's right. We are the future of local sports, bringing you all the action live and free, the only way that we know how. Had a lot of fun here in the house that Mark built tonight. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence up here, Mark, and always dropping just everything that you bring here in your town, baby, at Caledonia. It's always a good time.
It's always good to be back and good to be up here. And if I'm not sitting up here calling the game, I'm sitting down there watching it and cheering them on. So I appreciate that. And again, great effort by both squads tonight. It was an entertaining ball game.
Thanks to all the generous sponsors as well, bringing you the action absolutely free of charge. Sutton Bank, Marion County Now, Carothers Pest Control, Krista Smith, the Agency Real Estate Group, Premier Optometry Group, Mathews Auto Group, and Murphy's Industries, Inc. For Kane Longwell, our top camera operator, Adam Thompson, our graphic producer extraordinaire, Jory Hollenbeck, who makes all the commercials. For Mark, I'm Brian saying so long for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Plenty of live streams on the way here over the next few weeks. And then tourney time coming up way sooner than you think, guys. We'll be there for all of it. But for now, for tonight, we out.